Hey YouTube, Bob here. Welcome to World of Nintendo. I've got a lot more content like this on the way, so be sure to subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. Give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment to let me know what you think. Here we go. This is part 1 of the Super Nintendo edition of the World of Nintendo Favorites playlist, in which I'm going to take a look at some of the games in my collection that are my favorites, but they aren't your typical run-of-the-mill Legend of Zelda or Super Mario games. And yet, as we see on the top of this stack, there is a Super Mario game. And let me explain a little bit of why that is here. So that will be the first one that we take a look at here, and this is Super Mario All-Stars and Super Mario World. You may also be familiar with the standard edition of Super Mario All-Stars. The reason I'm actually talking about this game has to do a little bit with the current collector's market, which prices have skyrocketed for games, cartridge games, disc games, and even more so if you want them complete in box. And every collector has to make a decision of, what they want to collect. I remember back when I was collecting, or starting collecting in the year 2006, which is when I won that first eBay auction for my World of Nintendo neon sign that you see in my introductions. And at that point, I was interested in collecting the games that I used to have and for whatever reason no longer had. I sold them or gave them away or whatever the case was. Or they were games that I saw that my friends had or that I rented, but I never owned myself and always wanted. So my collection is kind of limited to those games. Those are the only ones I have. There are other collectors who seek to fill out an entire library of all the games for a particular console, and some people have the means to do that by purchasing games that are complete in box with the manual and everything right down to the consumer precautions pamphlet and the plastic baggie, which is kind of how I like to roll with my collecting. But given the current prices, that isn't always feasible, and collectors nowadays kind of have to be laser focused on what they're going to be collecting. So that's where Super Mario All-Stars and Super Mario World comes in. This is the kind of special edition of the game that, in addition to the regular Super Mario Brothers 1, 2, 3, and the Lost Levels version of the game from Japan, this one also includes the Super Nintendo game Super Mario World. And this is in a reproduction box. This isn't a standard retail issue. They did put a barcode on the back here, although I'm not sure where they got the barcode from. But the reason this is in a repro box is because this game, to my knowledge, was only ever available with the redesigned Super NES console as a pack-in. So, yeah, now as I think of it even a little bit more, it might have been available with the standard Super Nintendo version. See, that's what happens when you get older. You start to forget these little details. But regardless, the important thing is this game was only ever available as a pack-in game, so it didn't get its standalone retail packaging. And the reason that I'm featuring this game first is, number one, I need to get the hypocrisy out of the way that I was saying I wasn't going to feature your standard Super Mario and Legend of Zelda titles. And I want to bring this up for collectors who might just be getting started and do want to have some Mario titles in their collection. I think if you can find this version of Super Mario All-Stars that also has Super Mario World for a reasonable price, this is the way to go, because you get 5 games in one. And here in the repro packaging it says, "The all-star magic of Mario keeps on going. Revisit the magic and fun of the classic Super Mario Bros. Series on your Super NES. Play through Super Mario World, plus all the great Super Mario Bros. Games for the NES have been powered up with 16-bit graphics and sound and collected on one Super Game Pack. As an added bonus, the previously unreleased Lost Levels are included. These super challenging courses have never been available in this country until now." So 5 great games in one game pack, battery-backed memory, play alone or 2 players can alternate play, new 16-bit graphics, sound, and other surprises. So we are going to unbox this even though it isn't an official release, at least in this packaging. I did compile the components that would have been included with it. So we open up here, we've got the retainer tray with the game pack. And then what you would have gotten with your Super Nintendo, of course, was the consumer precautions pamphlet, the instruction manual for the game, and then the poster with the popular titles of the day. And back in about 1993, 1994, when this was released, Star Fox was popular, as was Super Metroid, Donkey Kong Country, got Super Punch-Out. A lot of great games here. And then, of course, the instruction manual for all 5 games. So yeah, I did just want to get one Mario game out of the way here for collectors who are just getting started. I would highly recommend to have this in your collection if you just want to play the Mario games on original hardware. And if you can't get this one, the standard version that doesn't have Super Mario World is another way to go. Well, that's all for now. Until next time, I want to thank you for watching and keep an eye on World of Nintendo for lots of new content that I'm going to have on the way. Take care.